Yu Li. Voice of Architecture 2023. Guan. Retreat Center design by Yu Li. Introduction.
Hello everyone, my name is Yu. I come from China. I'm an architect and I have been working for 5 years since graduation. During these 5 years, I have completed some practical projects, but at the same time, I'm also very interested in concept design. So I do some interesting research and competitions in my spare time. The reason why I joined this competition is related to my personal experience. As we all know, the pace of life in China's big cities like Shenzhen or Shanghai is really fast. So young people like me who work in these cities are usually under a lot of pressure. Sometimes these people may question their own choices and think about what they really want. And it's hard for them to find the space to concentrate on their minds. So I have been thinking for a long time, as an architect, whether I can create a space for young people to escape from this kind of life. Space is not only focusing on the relaxation of the body, but also losing up their spirits. This kind of experience and feelings prompted me to take part in this competition.
Design concept.
In my opinion, the retreat center I designed is a building that can interact with nature. I want to introduce nature subjects like the sun, the water, the trees to my building and give the subjects different experiences. Not just watching them, people can use their bodies to smile, to hear, or even to touch them. Therefore, I want to translate these behaviors into my space to enrich the visitors' experiences. After determining the design direction combined with nature, the murals in Mughal grottos in Dunhuang, China inspired me more. These murals record the life of ancient Chinese people for thousands of years. They are great works of combination of ancient Chinese history and art. The murals in Cave 172 record 16 activities that helped the ancients to introspect, also known as 16 views. After studying the 16 views, I found 6 views including the sun, flowing water, the earth, the tree, and the pool, and the tower can be introduced into my design. The retreat center is located in a ridge within the National Forest Park in Chongqing, China. Its surrounding conditions are very interesting. First of all, there are 5 maple trees on the site which have beautiful views, and at the same time, the site is surrounded by horse, tube, pine forest, and there is a reservoir on the back. For me, how to organically combine nature subjects with the architectural spaces is a unique challenge.
Healing architecture.
In my design, I want to make full use of the 5 senses to perceive nature. For example, people can hear the water dripping onto the stones in a dark room and touch the moss spreading into the building. These spaces form a sequence as the rain descends, and people would be attracted by these spaces and waiting to explore them. The feelings of different spaces and interactions with nature subjects can help people to achieve their inner self-acceptance from multiple angles. When it comes to specific elements in architecture, I think the most unique spatial element in my design is water. The water creates 2 distinct spaces, the pond watching hall and the dark room. In the pond watching hall, people can see water flowing down the eaves constantly, while in the dark room, people can hear the sound of water dripping onto the stones. Therefore, different ways of interacting with nature form different kinds of spaces and a final architectural image. What's more, The main materials of my buildings are fire-faced concrete and wood. In my opinion, concrete or cold can create a pure and clean space, while wood can add warm feelings to the building.
Interaction with space.
I use contrast techniques to shape and strengthen the interaction between space and people. Firstly, contrast is used inside each space. Take the ground view room as an example. This room introduces the sloping ground with moss into the building, and the roof of the building is gradually lowered, leaving only a line of skylight between the slope and the roof, and people will gradually change from standing posture to sitting posture due to the reduction of the building height. The lowering roof leads the eye to the slope in front of people, not only to see the color of the moss, but also touch the texture of it. The contrast between different senses gives people a different way of thinking about nature. Secondly, I also use contrast techniques between different spaces. For example, the lecture center and meditation center are both designed with maple trees as the center. The difference is one is open and the other is closed, so people's behaviors and experiences in the space are also different. Therefore, different spaces form sequences by means of contrast, which help people achieve a complete spatial experience. Since ancient times, the relationship between Chinese and nature has been very close, and nature brings people spiritual comfort and help people reduce psychological pressure. Therefore, I believe that the design concept combined with natural subjects can be adapted to various types of self-renewal.
Design evolution.
At the beginning of the design, I have confirmed the design direction of combining with nature, but the breakthrough point of the design is not easy to find. At first, I looked for answers in traditional Chinese culture. I analyzed classic Chinese gardens and found that the sequence of spaces in classic gardens can give visitors different emotional experiences. In addition, in an exhibition, I learned about the 16 views in Dunhuang murals. I think this way of meditating on nature not only brought peace to the Asians themselves, but also brought the direction of inner exploration to contemporary citizens. Therefore, I combined the spatial sequence with 16 views to carry out my design. At the end of my design, I named it Guan. Because in Chinese context, Guan is not only a verb, means watching or reading something, but also a noun means a pure place for meditation.
Community and environmental impact.
In the design, I tried to minimize the impact on the surrounding ecosystem and hoped that the existing environment would have a positive effect on visitors. For example, I returned the five maple trees that originally existed on the site and used them as an exclusive meditative subject of the building. In the interaction with maple trees, visitors can not only gain an awareness of themselves, but also obtain an awareness and a respect for nature.
Advice for aspiring designers.
In my opinion, there is no the most perfect answer to an architectural design, and every architect is searching for the best design solution constantly that matches the site and concept. For the healing buildings, the first stage of health care is the healing of the body, and the next stage is the healing of the mind and the spirit. People in different cultures may have different ways of healings and self-renewal, which requires architects to make more consideration according to the reality. In this case, I believe that A successful design project is a thought of single aspects. It's not only a thought of single aspects. It includes multi-angles considerations about history, culture, environment, and human beings.
Reflection on winning.
I'm really pleasant and honored to be recognized by the jury members. This winning experience will inspire me to explore more design possibilities. Thank you.
For latest architecture competitions, visit Archeol Competitions.